There's the sparkles. Hello and welcome. This is Community Day wrap-up. So we just had Porygon Community Day. We got some shinies. But first, I feel like something's missing. Something's missing from Community Day. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. But first, I just wanted to say, I had someone reach out to me and they said, hey, I'm stuck at home, community day is really hard, and there was a story to it, but I wanted to see how really hard it can be so that I could understand it more. So for the first 2 hours of community day, I actually went with no incense. I sat at home and I honestly didn't see a lot of spawns. There was actually a while there where I was wondering, is something wrong with Community Day? Where's all the Porygon spawns? I was actually seeing spawns of other Pokemon, not just Porygon. And it was kind of surprising to me. So I clicked on every Porygon that I saw on screen while I was at home, and I was probably 40 minutes in before we actually saw this shiny first. And this was the first one that we got. And to be honest, we only clicked on 5 Porygons before we got to this one shiny, which is great, right? The other thing is, though, is why was I only seeing 5 Porygons in a total of 30, maybe 45 minutes? I was kind of surprised. But anyhow, we did the first 2 hours, no incense, and stayed at home. And I only had one shiny. I could see how some people would be irritated by the spawn rates and by the shiny rates. Granted, I did get one in 2 hours. Kind of a letdown. But the first one was 30 or 40 minutes in. I've gone longer without getting a shiny. I think others have as well. But the most important part to me to note here is, where were all the spawns? Why wasn't I seeing very many Porygon spawns and seeing other Pokemon spawn as well? So after the first 2 hours, I finally left the house and I actually did some more grinding. Well, not really grinding. I did more shiny checks. I was just clicking on Pokemon at stoplights and stop signs just to check really quick. But I went and got a coffee, and I got 1, maybe 2 shinies while I was out, and I went back home. I still wasn't using incense yet. And so being out and about, I got, I think it was just 1 shiny while I was gone. So I got home, and it had been about 3 hours into the event. I had 2 shinies, and I had only probably checked, maybe 50 at that point. Then I decided, you know what, we're going to see how it works just kind of using the Go Plus and still using incense. Now, the answer to, hey, I'm not seeing a lot of stuff and everything, I think comes down to incense. The moment I put on incense, not only was I seeing more Porygon spawns around me, but I was also getting my incense spawns, which is 1 every minute, which is great. But the fact that we have to rely on incense purely for community day purposes, kind of rough for some people. Now, the other answer to that is, and some of you are probably saying it as you hear me say it, is Niantic is actually giving you free incense for the event. They're giving you free incense, 2 of them, and they last 3 hours. That's the whole 6-hour event using incense. My complaint is, what if you don't know that those incense are available? Yes, you have the little red circle that is showing you that there's things in the shop. But what if you are a free-to-play player and you normally don't go in the shop? Well, maybe they should be more vocal about that. The other thing is why do we have to have an item down to be able to get these spawns as well? I think that they should change something to where you don't have to have the incense down to be able to get these spawns. I just do. But anyhow, we then went to go do some grocery shopping, and I had the incense on, and I used the Go Plus while we were walking around the grocery store, and we were getting a couple of shinies, as well as we were actually finding some shinies by manually clicking on them as well. And then we got an invite to a raid, and we got a shiny Articuno. That was awesome. Got our first Articuno raid since he came back, and the very first one was shiny. Now you can see right there that I'm also using a Pineapple Berry. In case you don't know, when it's a shiny legendary, it is a guaranteed catch, as long as you're not like going over a speed cap or anything in game. And you can use your Pineapple and get the double the candies. Why not? But yeah, that was our first Articuno raid, and we were out and about. And then we did another raid just after that. We got another shiny Articuno, and then we did this raid. This was another invite that we got while we were out and about, but the amount of shinies that we got while we were out and about was just a huge difference from what we got while we were at home. And I think that's part of what some people are not happy with and need to understand, is that the majority of Pokemon Go is Go. They want you to get out there, but it is hard in these times with everything that's going on to actually, leave the house. Or maybe you're stuck at work. I know a lot of people have said, hey, I'm stuck at work during these events. This isn't fair. How am I supposed to be able to get these things? I think a big part of it is get a Go Plus, get a Gacha even, or a Gacha Evolved. If you're okay with using those and whatnot, get those. They will manually or automatically catch for you. You don't have to sit there and push the button every time. You can, do your own thing. So I think that's a big part of it. Maybe get a Go Plus and just keep clicking. I had so many that I actually got with the Go Plus. I did manually find a lot as well, but honestly, I think a big part of it is just getting out there and doing it. Now, you can see that we're doing this Articuno raid. I just went in with my recommended, unfortunately. I didn't use my team, but it was a good raid, and we had, it looks like there was only 5 people in the raid, so it's going kind of slow. But we had some great shiny luck. 2 shiny Articunos in a row from raids, and then you can see we're taking this down, but you might also see it over there that we got the shiny Pidgeot. You'll see that coming up in just a sec. But yeah, I think that's the big important part, guys, is get out there and play. Now, for me, the thing that's missing from Community Day is just, it doesn't feel the same, right? You've probably said this to yourself. You've probably said it to your friends or other people you're playing with, but it's not the same. And you're right. It really isn't the same. It's not going to be the same for a while. And for me, that's really hard because I love community days. I would go out there, I would buy drinks and literally just give them out to people for being out of their cars at the local park. Hey, thanks for not being in your car walking around and actually playing. And there it is, shiny Pidgeot, super awesome. But yeah, it was always something for me to like connect with the community around me. One time I bought pizza, another time I had just a good time with everybody that was around. And that's what's missing, guys, from Community Day. It's the actual community. Now, that might feel and sound silly because, we don't have community days coming together like we did because of all the restrictions. But be safe. Don't be irresponsible. Where I'm at, I'm not surprised that, I didn't want to go get together with people because the community that I'm in is a really awesome community. We've got a great amount of Pokemon Go players, but it's really hard when cases are the highest I've seen in my community. It's just one of those things of I can't have a normal community day, and that's rough for me. It's hard for me to want to play sometimes, and I think a big part is just the mentality of it all. Don't forget to reach out to your friends and family that do play. You know, invite them to raids. This right here, being able to raid with friends and family that are sending me invites is great. You know, I was already out and about. I was doing literally grocery shopping, and I caught 2 shiny Articunos and a shiny Pidgeot, which is amazing, by the way. The fact that we got 16 shinies in a day and 3 of them weren't even Porygons is great. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is it's hard to enjoy community day. And that's okay. But we're going to get there. It's going to be okay. We're going to make things work. And, you know, sometimes you just got to bring the community to you virtually. So that's what I hope to do. Tell me what you think. What do you think of Community Day? Do you like that it's easier to do at home? Do you feel like it's harder to do at home? What is it you're seeing? What is it you're doing for Community Day? Yeah. Drop a comment, drop a like, and let me know what you think. And hey, if you ever want to talk or you just want to come chat, you've got me on all the social medias right down over there. So, oh, sorry, missing my hand. Right down over there. Come check me out. Always on Instagram and Twitch pretty consistently. So, yeah. Hope you had a great community day and that you got the Tri-Strike or Tri-Attack. And, yeah, we'll see you around. Thanks. Bye.